So, who are the key support people you need to grow your biz? I'm going to reveal what I know in today's video. Hi, I'm Victoria Gibson, and I'm bringing women together so they can make a bigger impact with their business and create success on their own terms. Okay, so you've got your business rolling, right? You've got clients coming in, you're getting them great results, the money's pretty good, right? You've still got some lofty goals. You still want to grow, but how are you going to grow when you're already flat out? When you're already exhausted? When you've already got a gazillion things on your to-do list that of course you never get to the end of, right? Because you never do get to the end of a to-do list as an entrepreneur. But you're not going to be able to scale without support, right? And what do I mean by support? Well, hopefully a fully fledged team would be great, but maybe you just need that extra level of support. So if you were going to start building a team, what are going to be your first hires? Well, I'm just going to share my experience and what I learnt on this journey, because I definitely had a ton of resistance around it. It was probably my inner control freak, well, that's definitely what it was. Also the fact that managing people and training people isn't really my genius zone either, right? Like I love being around people, but I get really impatient with people when they don't operate on the same level as me. And unfortunately, the key to having a successful team is having people that complement you and don't operate like you. Because if you build a team of yous, then it's very unlikely that you're going to reach the goals in your business, right? So if I build a team of people just like me, it would be really crazy. It would be chaotic, it would be loud, it would be a lot of creativity and visioning, but not a lot of execution, right? So what I understood after a few fails, like I had a gorgeous girl who was from the Philippines who would help me, but needed a lot of guidance, right? So I needed to have trained her. I mean, it was great. She was dirt cheap. She was $2 an hour, which I think I paid her $4 because she quoted me $2 an hour. I was like, I cannot pay you $2 an hour. I'll pay you $4. Wow, I'm so generous, right? So it was $4 an hour I was paying her. I had this resource right at the beginning of my business. There I was, thought I was so busy that I didn't have time to train her, or just resisted it, put it down the bottom of the to-do list, because she wasn't really pushing for it, because that's kind of the way they are. They need to be very directed and need you to take the lead. And in hiring them, you probably should, right? So that didn't really work that well, because things are kind of, get lost in translation or left, or the internet wasn't working very well one weekend. So it wasn't that reliable. And so it became this kind of self-fulfilling prophecy for me, where I'm like, oh, no one can do things the way I can, and see, they don't do things the way I can, right? So then you just drop it and keep doing everything yourself. Then I was actually lucky enough to get a project manager who lived in the States, and a gorgeous girl, but the problem is she was fantastic. My God, she did help me sort of get in and look at my business and change things around. But the problem was she was just pretty much like me, right? So then there were like two of us, and we'd have the best brainstorming meetings and ideas and all the things we were going to do. But the problem was in the planning and the execution. She was like me, she didn't have that as a strong point, and that's what was letting my business down. So I was like, okay. Then once she left, I was like, all right, now I really need to get this sorted out. So I sought some help from a mentor of mine, Justin Livingston, because he is all about creating great teams, and he's really passionate about the fact that it's really as easy to grow a $5 million business as it is a $500,000 business. You just need a good team. Now, this concept spooked the hell out of me, right? I was thinking, oh, but what, a team, I have to manage all these people, and I don't know, I can't be bothered, I'm already too busy, I haven't got time to show them. But what I realized in taking the step to learn about it was how much time it could free up, and what that could do to allow you to scale your business, but not even just scale your business, just to get some time back. In the first couple of years of my business, I was working like so hard, doing everything. You've got to be, jack of all trades, master of none, right? Doing everything that is required to grow your business, to hustle to get clients, to market, to get a presence online, to do all your social media. And it's exhausting, right? And I'm sure you've been there, or you are there, right? So you absolutely must allow key support people into your business. So who would I recommend you start with? Well, I would definitely start with like an overall kind of project manager. So it doesn't necessarily need to be an online business manager, or I think as they're sometimes called. It could be, that could be a good start for you as well. But maybe just start with a project manager where you can give them sort of key chunks of what you're doing and still give them an overall vision of what's happening. So maybe you make them responsible for certain projects that you know that you can outsource, they don't require you, and they've got elements in there that you can teach easily. Now, a project manager is just nice to have an offsider who is going to just know your business and understand what's on the plate, get things done, get things executed. So make sure they're not like you. If they're a project manager, they need to be able to execute and make things happen, right? And to all the executors out there, I apologize. I'm sure you might need someone maybe with a bit more creativity and vision. That's fine too. Or maybe some more marketing assistance, because that's not your genius. So make sure that you're hiring for that. Good places to find people is word of mouth, connections in social media, groups. Facebook groups is an excellent place to find people. I found my excellent project manager right now. Well, I didn't actually find her, she found me. She sent me an email saying she liked my stuff and she'd really like to work with me. And I was like, oh, okay, great, I need someone. So it was perfect, but I did make sure this time that I asked all the questions about, well, what kind of personality type are you? What are all those things, just to make sure that she wasn't just like me, right? So I was able to hire her, and then after that, hire a designer too. Because I was finding a lot of my content marketing was getting held up, or my marketing in general was getting held up by the fact I didn't have a lot of design on hand. So I was able to hire a designer on a monthly retainer. So both of them are on monthly retainers, right? Or monthly service fees, really. It's not, you can call it a retainer or service fee. I don't pay by the hour because I don't want to be thinking they have to worry about exactly how many hours they're doing. Like I want to pay a fair price for a fair service, right? But still be clear about what that contains. So we were able to do monthly packages with hourly caps for the week. And I don't get too worried if they use it or they don't, because I know there's going to be other weeks where we're going to ramp up the time, and as long as I can build the cost into my business, then I'm happy. So you can allow anywhere from kind of, $1,500 to $2,500, $3,000 a month for someone who's pretty much going to be there full time for you, depending on what level of experience. If you want someone who's very experienced as, a COO or something like that, that's going to be a different kettle of fish, which is really going to be the way to grow your business, into the millions if you hire a COO. We're probably not quite at the COO level, right? But that's okay. Just getting started with a project manager is really the first step to taking a lot of those tasks off your plate. Which tasks do you give them? Well, sit down and work out what you're doing a week. Maybe you just have to track that and write that down for a week and understand, okay, where am I spending all my hours? Sometimes you can actually break that down into an hourly, or you just write it down in tasks so you know what's coming up. Or you can put them into different departments. So you might have sales and marketing, you might have content creation, you might have admin, you might have financial, admin and finance probably go a little bit together there. And you might have operations, or you might have programs, delivery, customer service support. Those kind of areas, then that's going to make you easily understand all the tasks that are required. Then have a look at the ones that you hate and you're not very good at. They'll be the first ones that you want to outsource, okay? And then the ones that, you don't really need to do, someone else could do them, and you're happy to let them go. You don't enjoy doing them, and someone else can do them, great, hand them over. So then you can start making sure from the beginning you have a nice role description. The kind of tasks they're going to do for you is really important. But most importantly is just start the process, but don't start it unless you're going to commit to it. So commit to it. Induct people, help them. They can't read your mind, okay? And it's the best way to set yourself up for failure is to not help these people understand your business and help your team understand your vision, where you're headed, what you normally do, and how you need them to do it. Sure, they're not going to do it perfectly from the first, the first go with everything. I mean, I'm really lucky with mine. She does most things like brilliantly straight off. But some things are going to take a little bit of nurturing and back and forth, but you only need to do that for a short period of time, and then you're absolutely cooking. So take action. Think about what are the key support roles in your business you could start with now. As I said, they don't need to be full-time hires. They can be a contractor. So a project manager, designer, maybe it's a web person, like a tech web person is gold. Even just you get started with a bookkeeper if you're doing your own accounts. One of those, just get started. You're gonna need that support so that you can really be, the powerhouse that you are. So if you want to create more impact with your business and get more tips and advice like what I've shared with you today, then like my Facebook page, head on over to YouTube and subscribe, or go to victoriagibson.com for all my best stuff. I can't wait to see you soon.